Castelo de Guimarães.
Recognized by many as the castle that, par excellence, is linked to the origins of Portugal, the Castle of Guimarães is a surprising structure in many ways. According to tradition, the first king of Portugal, D. Afonso Henriques, 1109 to 1185, was born here. The sink where it is claimed to have been baptized is located in the Romanesque chapel of the Church of São Miguel de Oliveira, in the west sector of the castle. The construction of this castle was necessary to defend the newly built monastery and the populations that, in the meantime, settled next to these two buildings. The construction of this castle was also a way of asserting its power before the other feudal lords.
Mosteiro de Alcobaça.
The monastery, also known as the Royal Monastery of Santa Maria, is a monastery located in the city of Leiria. Monks of the Cistercian order. It is the first fully Gothic building built on Portuguese soil, and its construction began in 1178 by the monks of the Cistercian order. It has been classified as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO since 1989 and as a Portuguese national monument since 1910. On July 7, 2007, it was elected as one of the 7.
The Monastery of Santa Maria de Belém is a Portuguese monastery, built at the end of the 15th century by King Manuel I and was handed over to the Order of Saint Jerome. It is located in the parish of Belém, in the city and municipality of Lisbon. It has, since 2016, the status.
Mosteiro dos Jerónimos.
The culmination of Manueline architecture, this monastery is the most notable Portuguese monastic complex of its time and one of the main hall churches in Europe. Its construction began at the beginning of the 16th century and lasted for 100 years, having been directed by a remarkable group of architects/masters of works, highlighting the decisive role of João de Castilho. It is now one of the most important tourist attractions in Portugal, with a total of 807,854 visitors in 2014, 944,000 in 2015 and 1,166,793 in 2017.
Palácio da Pena.
In the 16th century, Manuel I of Portugal, in fulfillment of a promise, ordered its reconstruction from scratch. He donated it to the Order of Saint Jerome, determining the construction of a wooden convent, and replacing it, a little later, with a stone building, with accommodation for 18 monks. It represents one of the main expressions of architectural romanticism of the 19th century in the world, constituting the first palace in this style in Europe, built about 30 years before Neuschwanstein Castle, in Bavaria. On July 7, 2007 it was elected as one of the 7 wonders of Portugal. The palace is open for tourist visits. In 2013 it had 755,735 visitors, which makes it the most visited monumental palace in the country that year.
Palácio Nacional de Mafra.
The basilica's bell towers comprise one of the largest bell sets in the world, consisting of 2 carillons with a total of 98 bells, and inside this royal chapel, 6 historical organs, installed between 1792 and 1807, which reverberated in the basilica after its full restoration in 2010, inspired by the great churches of Rome, being the most important work in the reign of King João V, from which the paradigm of the arts in Portugal changed and the so-called Johannine Baroque spread. The Real Edificio de Mafra is a cultural site inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List in 2019, comprising the Royal Palace, the Basilica, a convent, the Jardim do Cerco and a vast covered area, with more than 1,200 classified hectares. This is the largest Portuguese national monument, of which more than 38,000 square meters refer to the Palace Convent, built by King João V and built between 1717 and 1730. Of the most important Enlightenment libraries in Europe, with around 30,000 volumes.